Hey, what's going on guys? My name is Zetsubo, aka Tazbot, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to install Half-Life 2 mods into Garry's Mod. I've been seeing a lot of people on my recent realism videos asking me how do I get the maps that I'm playing on, so I decided to make a little video explaining how I play on them. Timestamps will be in the description just in case you want to skip and find something specific. However, I would recommend watching the whole video to get the best explanation possible. Anyways, let's get started. The first thing that you need to realize before you start porting mods over is to understand that not every mod is going to work. The process for porting the mods over are the same, but the outcome won't be. Either too many changes to the source engine will affect the mod, resulting in missing audio, or missing map pieces not being properly ported over into Garry's mod. Limit your expectations, but understand it is still possible to have an enjoyable experience even with some of these hiccups. Also, you need to know that only mods from Half-Life 2, Half-Life 2 Episode 1, and Episode 2 are the only mods to my knowledge that have a chance at working properly. Speaking of Half-Life and its episodes, you will need both episodes and the original Half-Life 2 installed and mounted into Garry's mod for some of the mods to work, depending on which ones you get. To mount Half-Life 2 and its episodes, make sure you've bought them all on Steam and have them installed. Once you have them installed, open up Garry's mod and go into the bottom right corner and click on the Games button. Once you click on the Games button, you should scroll down until you see Half-Life 2 and both of its episodes. By default, when you have them installed, they should probably already be blue checked, but if they're not, make sure they are. There are 3 places which I know of where you can get mods from. Those being MODDB, Run Things Shoot Live, and Steam. I'm going to show you how to download a mod from each site, and after I download them, I'm going to put them on my desktop for later. The process for getting Half-Life 2 mods on MODDB is pretty simple. All you have to do is click on mods at the top of the screen here. Click the game drop down bar and then scroll down until we see Half-Life 2, Half-Life 2 Episode 1, and Half-Life 2 Episode 2, which are right here. You can click on either one of these 3. I'm not sure if Half-Life 2 Deathmatch has any mods, and these won't work with Garry's mod. However, Half-Life Source may. I haven't tested that out yet, but we're just going to click Half-Life 2 for now. Then hit search. Because the process that we're going to do doesn't really require us for the mod to work, just the process of getting it on, I'm just going to download a random one like Destroy the Borealis here. Usually the files button up here will be white, meaning that you can click on it and there will be a file to download. However, if it's blank and it's black, then you can't click on it. That just means there is no file to download. Usually in some files there's going to be the main file and then there's going to be a patch file. If it requires you to have the patch file, make sure you read the description of the mod itself saying to install the main file first, then the patch. I'm going to download this and I'm going to put it on my desktop and we're going to save it for later. So for Run Things Shoot Live, the process is even more simple. Because this is a website focused mainly on just reviewing Half-Life mods, people have been putting mods into a pretty concise manner for us to look at. So what we would do is we would hover over the play button over here and we have a bunch of categories. I'm going to hit Half-Life 2 Episode 2. To get the best results or the best resulting mod, I'd hit the AV Rec button so it can show us the average score that people generally rate it on, and the Philip Says button. That says PP Says, but that's Philip. I'm pretty sure Philip is the maker of the website. And when we hover over it, it's going to say that Philip says, wow, this is his personal favorite, meaning that the mod is pretty good. If we go to the end here, we can see that the general rating or rating scale of it is bad, and Philip is telling us to avoid it. I'm going to download Forest Train, why not? Now to download it, all we'd have to do is scroll down here and download to your HDD button. We would just click that. And usually there would be a patch file that we would have to download too for some mods, so remember that you have to download the main file and then the patch. Now to download Half-Life 2 mods on Steam, what you would need to do is you would go to the search or go to the store page, go to the search bar and just type in Half-Life 2 mod. Now it will pop up with some mods and we actually are going to download one of them. It should be one right here that I want to demonstrate specifically. Here it is, Amalgam. I already have the mod installed on my own profile, so it's fine. But we're going to use this one as an example for Steam. However, there is a better, not much of a better way, but a alternative way to downloading mods, and that is through the Steam or the Garry's Mod workshop page. Now for the Garry's Mod workshop page, I've actually provided a link in the description of my own personal collection of mods that I like and that are already on the workshop itself. It's just a couple of mods from a bunch of other collections, and I've also provided even more collections of just good Half-Life maps and mods altogether. One of very importance is one by Funk_Door. I've talked to this guy personally. He's actually helped out the community a lot. He's actually ported mods from the Run, Think, Shoot, Live website. He's ported them in already into Garry's mod that are like easily downloadable instead of having to do the method that I have. However, the thing with this is he has not ported over every single mod. He's only ported in some mods that have a good rating score. And so in the description as well, I've also provided a link to every mod that I have play tested that is not in this collection that does work with Garry's mod. So it should look something like this. These are some of the mods that are not already in this collection that do work with Garry's mod, and I'm going to put every single one of the links into the description for you to download yourself and have fun with. So now for the fun part. Once you download your mod, no matter where you get it from, MODDB, RTSL, or even the Steam store itself, the process for installing them should all be the same. So first what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to get our mods that we downloaded and drag them to our desktop here. Going to get both of them, just put them on the desktop. Delete the WinRAR files after them. We're going to go to Steam, going to right click on Garry's mod, go into Properties, click on Local Files, then hit Browse. We're going to need this file open. We're going to click back, where over here on the file URL, we're going to hit Common, right click on Garry's mod, open a new window. Now for this one, we're going to want to go to Steam Apps, and then we're going to want to hit Source Mods. We're going to want to drag our mods that we've unpacked into here. Now you have them installed. Now the next thing you want to do is you want to go into your Garry's mod directory, go into Garry's mod, CFG, then you want to hit the mount.cfg file. This is what yours will look like by default. We're going to want to hit enter, add 2 new lines over here. You're going to want to go to the first one. Actually, let me open it with a notepad. This is what it should actually look like for you. We have our 2 new lines here. We're going to want to hit tab. Then we're going to want to hit the button right on the left of enter. Make 2 of those, hit tab again, make 2 more. We're going to want to copy that and just paste it again. So now we've got these 2 indents basically, and then we have, you know, in the middle of them, and that's where we're going to put. So for this first indent, you're going to want to put the mod file name. So because this is, I think this was Destroy the Borealis, but its name is DTB. Going to want to right click on it, rename, copy the name of it, just paste it in that first bit, and we're going to right click on Forest Terrain, paste the name of the first bit inside the indents. Now what we're going to, in this second indent, right here in the middle of it, we're going to want to click the file URL, like the directory of where it actually is. And to do that, you would hit this empty space in the top part here, Control C, or you could right click and just copy it and paste it in the indent again. We're going to want to do the same for Forest Terrain, and then we're going to want to save it. And you've successfully mounted both mods, or whatever mod that you want, into Garry's mod. Now note that my Steam is on my C drive, but if your Steam is not in your installed into your C drive, then this source mods folder probably won't be there. It will be wherever you installed Steam to, but I'm not certain for sure. I've known that from people that have had like certain problems downloading mods. The source mods folder is usually wherever you installed Steam at. But there's a different case for Amalgam here, something that we downloaded off the Steam store page. So where this one will be is you want to go to Common, and this is where it will be. Any mods that you download off the Steam store will always be in the Common folder, not in the source mods folder. And what's also special about this one is that you will have to click inside of it again, and then it will usually be this one. So the same name of the file will usually be what you have to copy. If you copy it like this through the common file place, it will not work. So you have to click inside of it, and then you have to right click on the inside of it again and copy the other one that has the same exact name of it. Oh, sorry. We're going to want to go into this one and then paste it here. So that's how you do Steam store mods, but anything like the third-party websites, you'll usually just do the normal way through the source mods folder instead of the common folder. Alright, and that's basically it. I'm going to open up Garry's mod now and test the mods to see if they work. They probably won't, or they probably will, but we did mount it correctly. So the reason, like I said before, that it won't work is because too many changes to the source engine itself won't port properly over into Garry's mod. Something I forgot to mention when recording was the enabling and disabling of the mods in your mount.cfg folder. Something that you should always do when you're adding a bunch of mods in is to add these two lines right here. This button is the one on the left of shift on the right hand side of your keyboard below enter. So you should always add these two lines when you're adding new mods, because this will disable the mods that you have. So say if you have a bunch of mods in your source mods folder that you've mounted into Garry's mod, and you run Garry's mod itself, it will get the every material, every model, every map from each individual mod, and it will lag your game like a lot. So I'd recommend adding these indents in between all of them, and then whenever you feel like you want to play a mod, you would just remove them, save the file, and then open Garry's mod, and it should come out the same way. And that's really important, so you don't have to consistently have a bunch of mods to worry about. You will only have this one mod that you will worry about. But for this process, I'm actually going to leave all three of them enabled to show you what we'll be looking for when we go into Garry's mod. Once you have everything from your mount.cfg saved with everything that is required, you can open up Garry's mod, hit on start new game, and go into your others tab, and here it is. Any mods that you have mounted in its map contents will always be in their other tab, and because we see them, we know they work. Thank you guys for watching the video, and hopefully you learned something a little new. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll try to answer as fast as I can. Thank you, and have a good day.